from NASA Tweet-Ups and NASA Socials, because I know this guy was at STS-134 down at the Cape tweeting with all the rest of us. So I'm going to go ahead and bring LeVar Burton up here.
I love.
I will never watch this cheek again. Oh, technology. We can land rovers on Mars, repel out of jetpacks. But microphones, they are beyond us. Okay. So, LeVar, you...
Hey, y'all.
Yay!
I was tweeting, or trying to tweet, as I arrived, but in the state of California, it's illegal. Try to tweet. Safety first.
Safety always.
Safety always. Indeed. So I'm going to take a moment while we chat to actually send the tweet that I intended to send when I first got here. Alright?
Alright.
Okay.
Is it a secret surprise?
No, I'm not driving.
Oh, okay. So LeVar, people know you obviously from Reading Rainbow, and now you're working on another project called RR Kids.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us what RR Kids is?
RR Kids is the parent company of the Reading Rainbow brand. RR Kids is a partnership between my business partner Mark Wolf and myself. And a few years ago, we went and acquired the rights to the Reading Rainbow brand. And we have released our first product in the marketplace as of June of 2012, the Reading Rainbow app.
And so kids can go on the iPad and they can not only read books, but they can see videos.
They can watch videos. What we did was, it was an interesting journey and an amazing challenge in as much as we had a beloved brand that we did not believe had outlived its usefulness. In 2009, public broadcasting pulled Reading Rainbow out of what they call the Ready to Learn lineup, right? Which is pretty much the core curriculum for early childhood education on PBS. So when Reading Rainbow was pulled from that lineup, it was virtually putting it out to pasture, right? Saying that there was no, the money had dried up years before.
All that sweet PBS cheddar.
Sweet cheddar. Absolutely. Absolutely. So.
I'm just taking things off the bucket list today. This is awesome. So it had not outlived.
Well, we didn't think it had outlived its usefulness because there was a whole new generation of kids who didn't know from Reading Rainbow and had never heard of LeVar Burton, and for whom television is only one screen that they access during the course of any given day. Back in the 80s when we started the show, and we were able to celebrate this year, the 30th anniversary of the brand, we aired our first episode of Reading Rainbow in June of 1983. How many of you were born right around that time? 83! 83!
Got it, the baby's in the room.
I love y'all. I love you. Y'all my people! It's true, it's crazy. So we had what we felt was an opportunity, but it was very scary. Look, I spent many years inside the Star Trek franchise, and I've seen up close and personal how ugly it can get when you try and reinvent a beloved brand. All right? So this was no joke from Mark and myself. It was a huge risk we were taking. But we felt very strongly that there was, as I say, this new generation that really could benefit from the technology. And this was before we started this effort, before the iPad came out. We had no idea what we were doing, but we just kept finding ourselves in the middle of it. Because then the conversation shifted from music being converted from analog to digital, and film and television to books, the last of the giant communication medium megalopolises. If that is a word, I don't think so. Perhaps it should be. The publishing industry was the last to fall, and have to convert to digital, and so we found ourselves again at this nexus of opportunity between technology and how we engage our kids with this technology in the service of their education.
So literacy is obviously of the utmost importance to you.
Next to breathing.
Breathing and sleeping.
Pretty high on eating too. But yeah, I think that literature is an essential. Look, my mother was an English teacher. I grew up in a house where reading was continually enforced in so many ways. My mother to this day is always reading several novels simultaneously. My mother's a voracious reader, and I got that very important information that was sort of fed into me through DNA, but also through her example.
So I want to talk about a different kind of literacy,
Yeah.
and that's science literacy.
Yes.
So what are you doing to help that next generation of readers to become more science literate?
Well, I'm here today.
Yeah! Oh, please tell them what you are doing.
I am here to record a video to be released to the public to explain the needed necessity, why we are spending the time, the effort, the energy to put a probe out there to our next mission.
So this is the MAVEN mission.
The MAVEN mission.
Which is the next Mars orbiter to launch. Is it the 16th or the 18th? 18th of November from Cape Canaveral. So that'll be on its way to Mars. This is about an 8-month cruise. Yeah, and then it will be going into orbit around Mars. So it won't be on the surface with Curiosity, but it will be talking to Curiosity. Because in addition to its prime mission, which is to look at what happened to Mars' atmosphere and how is Mars' atmosphere changing and what happened to the water.
What happened to the water, man?
Where did the water go? We keep finding all these hydrated minerals in the ancient stream beds, but it's pretty dry as a bone now, so what happened? So MAVEN's on the case, but MAVEN will also serve as communication relay for Curiosity. So, stay hydrated, everybody. Don't be like Mars. So you're going to shoot this PSA?
So we're going to shoot this PSA here today. But also I'm on the advisory board of the 100-Year Starship effort that is led by my friend May Carol Jemison. You all know who May Jemison is?
Yes.
And she is currently the lead on an effort that is the beneficiary of a DARPA grant, and it's called 100-Year Starship. And we just had our second annual symposium in Houston this past summer. We are looking at assembling and having the conversations and looking at what sorts of technology, systems, and methodologies we will need in order to put humanity in another star system within the next 100 years.
And it turns out that when you address a lot of the same problems and questions of how do we get the food and what do we wear, and remember at South by Southwest, you said in the future there are no pockets.
There are no pockets. According to if what we wore on Star Trek is any indication, y'all are in trouble.
I want cargo pockets galore. Anyway, you address these questions now, and that has implications for developing nations and how resource management on Earth.
In the service of this extraordinary vision, we actually address making life on Earth better in the here and now.
So how does that sound? You're hearing a lot about Earth all day long today. So we're going to think about Mars and Cassini out at Saturn and a lot of these other planetary missions tomorrow. But today, it's Earth now.
This is, I think, going forward, one of the most pressing issues for humanity, our stewardship of our planet Earth, our mother. We've been on a course of slash and burn, destruction and pollution for far too long, and she's only going to take so much. We need to develop, first, a way to share the resources on this planet better. And we need to take complete responsibility for the environmental stewardship of this planet.
Well put. So let's say I'm looking here at Mark, and I'm looking for the other Mark to see how much time we have, because we need to, we've got scientists waiting in the wings to tell you more about great missions that are coming up. And I don't want to keep you from your shoot. Do you have time for a couple questions?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna come down into the house with microphone. All right, here we go.
So I work as an elementary school teacher, and
Yay.
Yay!
Yay! Good one, Hannah.
I teach kindergarten through 5th grade in a high-poverty school in rural North Carolina. And my media specialist wanted me to ask you, which Reading Rainbow book is your favorite?
Wow. Ouch. Well, you know, I have been asked this question before, and I have said in the past, how do you choose your favorite child? Although as a parent, I know how possible that is. Kidding. Kidding.
That gets tweeted, you're a dead man.
Yeah. My daughter's dead, you're right. Yeah. There are some that stand out, but you have to understand, over 26 years of continuous production, there were so many things that we did that were remarkable in some way, to me, at least. But a few of them include, I learned to scuba dive for Reading Rainbow. Got now certified to do the show Dive the Coral Reefs, which we shot in southern Florida Keys. Flew an airplane for the first time on Reading Rainbow, and damn it, that is me. I landed that sucker. It was one of the most thrilling things I've ever done. It was absolutely exhilarating. I was scared to death, and I landed the plane. Almost more than that, the experiences are the people that we met along the way. The guy that had the amazing, the phenomenal model train set in his garage in Paramus, New Jersey, or it's been an amazing thing to be the host of Reading Rainbow and to get to go on those adventures and to show through the television lens by proxy that the world is full of glorious experience, that there are no limits save the ones that you have in your imagination. So it's all been a pretty cool deal. It's a nice gig.
Any other questions?
And that's from the guy who's the chief engineer of the Starship Enterprise. Which is also not a bad gig. When you think about it.
Right? Yeah, hi. So I guess just first, as one of those kids from 1983, I'd like to thank you, for inspiring us all into a lifetime of reading. And I guess just to phrase that into a question, are there things now, this many years later, that you see in education that are different besides just the technology, or the kids looking at the world differently in the way they want to learn, or
I think that they are looking to us to provide them with the kinds of tools that answer that question. I'm a big fan of technology. I'm a big fan of technology. I believe that we have an amazing opportunity here with tablet computers and simply for their engagement factor. I believe that if we fail to put a tablet computer in the hands of every child on this planet of learning age and fill those tablets with the kind of content and experiences that it cause them to become lifelong learners, readers, right? There is nothing more powerful than a soul who has a thirst for knowledge. And if you are literate in at least one language, you can find the answer to your question. Take a look. You know the rest.
Which is about as awesome as it gets, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Yes.
A round of applause.
How many more days? One more. Okay. Enjoy Earth Day.
One more, but then they're going to be watching as all these missions that we're talking about, these Earth sensing missions, launch next year. So one going out of Cape and going out of Vandenberg. So if you want to come on up and hang out with us, the invitation stands.
See you there.
Now back to our regularly scheduled science.